and welcome to this Profit Protector Pro video. Today we are talking about goals. Now at the time of recording this, it is the end of January, but at the start of this month, the start of 2023, you'll have probably made some resolutions or something like that, maybe starting a diet, finding a hobby, something along those lines. But it's important to understand that as a business, you should definitely have goals and targets in order to have the best year that you can possibly have and improve upon what you were doing in 2022. It's the perfect time to reassess processes, find new ones and set targets. So you'll probably have targets for the end of each quarter, and then you'll probably have an overall end goal for 2023 as well. Now that can be financial, but it's also important to have things like repricing goals. So with Profit Protector Pro, maybe you've already got things in mind that you are comfortable with, that you do regularly with your repricing, but maybe now is the time to reassess that and set some repricing goals for yourself. So if this is something you haven't thought about already, then maybe I can give you a couple of ideas. So here are 3 things that you may want to consider to set as your goal or goals for 2023. So the first thing would be setting an automation. Now this is really simple to do if you have used the custom strategies before and not automations. It is fairly similar. So basically what automations does is setting up an action in Profit Protector Pro that is triggered by a certain scenario. So if you see it as nothing else, see it as a backup plan that you can add to any item in your inventory. Now you can make as many automations as you like, so you can prepare for as many scenarios as you want, and it basically means that you can be a bit more hands-off with your repricing, which is the whole aim of Profit Protector Pro. Let the software do the work for you. So maybe you are making no sales for X amount of time. Now, whereas before you'd have to monitor this and then go back into Profit Protector Pro, change the strategy manually on an item, or actually remember what the item is and do it. Automations takes that completely out of your hands. So you can set this up in advance and it will do all of the work for you. So let's say, for example, you make no sales for 5 days. You can set an automation that would say change that strategy for you after 5 days of making no sales. Now the power in that is unbelievable. You don't have to remember, you don't have to go back in, you just create that automation, apply it to any relevant items and let Profit Protector Pro do the work for you. If you haven't used automations before, then this is definitely your chance to do so. If you are struggling with how to set up an automation, there are videos on this, there are videos in the training video section also, so check those out if you were struggling to set this up. And it is really simple to do. Hopefully it's something you will adopt into your processes and you'll find it super useful. The next thing is strategies. Now, of course, if you have been using Profit Protector Pro for a while, then you will know what strategies that you like that work out well for your business. But maybe it was something that you set first and it's just continued to work time and time again. So maybe, for example, you chose the balance sales accumulator to start out with and it's continued to work well. So you thought, why do I need to change that? Now, that might well be the case and you can continue to use the balance sales accumulator. There's nothing wrong with that. But maybe trying a different strategy might improve things more than you think they can be improved. So maybe it might be worth using an aggressive strategy if you feel like you could do that, because they are in hot pursuit of the buy box. They'll stop at nothing to grab that buy box. They'll go just underneath it, grab it, and then they'll try and bump the price up as best as they can. Or you might feel that you can afford to go a bit more passive and profit focused. So maybe you can increase the amount of profit you make by using one of these more profit focused strategies. It's completely up to you. Or maybe the balance one does just continue to work well. That is just a random example. It could be any other strategy that you were using, but maybe just thinking of changing a strategy to see how it fares for you might prove to be really fruitful. Or maybe it might be worth giving a custom strategy a shot if you felt like you just needed to make a couple of manual tweaks to an existing strategy, for example. Go ahead and create a custom strategy, but maybe reassessing the strategy that you use could prove to be really useful for you. And the last goal that I would like to talk about is maybe tidying up your Profit Protector Pro inventory. Now, as you may or may not know, you'll have items in your Amazon Seller Central account. And basically, if you remove them from Seller Central, you also need to remove them from Profit Protector Pro as well. The reason why they need to be deleted separately is because, let's say something goes out of stock on Amazon Seller Central, or you get rid of it for a while, but then say you replenish it or bring it back. In Profit Protector Pro, that information is already there, so it means that you have less work. It's remembered everything. You don't have to remember what strategy you use for that item. You don't have to remember the parameters that you set up for the item. It's all there in Profit Protector Pro, ready to go, so you can start repricing faster. Of course, if there was something that you plan to discontinue permanently, you also need to get rid of it in Profit Protector Pro as well, particularly if you have an ASIN where you've got multiple SKUs and you've no longer got certain SKUs in stock and it's just taking up room in Profit Protector Pro. It can lead to confusion and maybe setting things on the wrong SKU, and then you get like errors and all sorts. So in that case, it would be worth going through Profit Protector Pro in your inventory, just doing a little bit of spring cleaning. So you can use the bin icon to get rid of anything that you don't need in your inventory anymore. If you've got a few things that you want to get rid of, you can use the bulk select button and you can select items individually and just tick off the ones that you want to get rid of as you go along, or you can select everything on the page. If you are making use of the filters as well, maybe that can help you sort out everything that you want to get rid of, so that way you can just do it all at once per page. So maybe it's things that are out of stock, maybe it's things that are both turned off and out of stock. So you can really refine the filters to get exactly what you want. And then if you are bulk deleting things like this, obviously you won't make any mistakes. Obviously check through it all first, but you won't make any mistakes. And get rid of things that you actively do want to keep in your inventory. I mean, if they are active in Seller Central anyway, don't worry if you do get rid of anything by accident, it will resync back into Profit Protector Pro. And then you can obviously select the action here and choose delete, and then click on the tick and it will perform that action for you and get rid of however many SKUs you have ticked off. So a little bit of spring cleaning can be in order. Make sure that your inventory is relevant to you and it's got everything in there that you want in there. But hopefully this has helped you decide on some goals that you want to set for yourself repricing wise in 2023. Adopt one of those. Maybe you've got your own ideas, or maybe you'll adopt all three that I mentioned there. But let me know what your goals are for 2023 if you have any. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.